Can you build your startup MVP or an internal business app for a budget between $3,500 and $5,000? Let's explore. We're going to touch on such things as design, the database structure and the complexity, monetization strategies, APIs, tracking software, and the environment that it lives in. If you're interested in hearing more, please follow or subscribe so you can get the alerts when the new videos drop. Now, back to a budget of $3,500 to $5,000. This is sort of the bare bones, bare minimum entry level if you're going to have a credible agency build your app. Now, some agencies won't even touch this budget. Their minimums are $10,000 or maybe even $20,000. But if you find an agency or an independent contractor who's willing to work for this price and they're worth their weight in terms of developers, let me give you some insight as to what you can expect. In terms of design, don't expect a professional designer to get involved at this price level. Most developers or agencies are good at planning your projects or building it out, but they have a UI UX person on staff or they sub that work out. You're not going to be getting a professional designer at this price point. What you'll get in terms of design is how good the developer is at actual design. Many developers, not all, but most, aren't that good at design. So you're going to get something that's functional, you're going to get something that's understandable, but don't expect any bells and whistles on the design portion. Now let's talk about environments. When we say environments, we're talking specifically, is your app going to be a web app or is it going to be a native app or both? So a web app, of course, is accessed through a browser, whether that's a browser on your desktop or whether that's a browser on your mobile phone like Safari or Chrome. It will be a web app. A native app is something that you download either from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. In this budget, $3,500 to $5,000, you're going to be getting a web app. Native apps are a little bit more expensive and complicated to build, and so don't expect to get a native app within this price range. In terms of tracking software like Google Analytics or Hotjar, you probably won't have any of that installed. In terms of the database, the CRUD operations are going to be very simple. You're not going to get any backend workflows or automations. You can expect a landing page, sign up, log in, log out, a 404 page, a password reset, maybe one or two pages that your users can go through, and probably only one user journey. So there's not going to be multiple types of users on your app. In terms of monetization, you're probably not going to have an app in which you can charge your customers for at this price point. If it is, it's going to be very, very simple. And as far as communication, you're not really going to be communicating with your developer too much. You might hook up with them on Slack and some other kind of communications platform or talk to them via email. Expect a turnaround time between 24 and 48 hours. And once the project starts, you may not talk to them again until the project's complete. So I hope that helps your understanding for your budget in this price range. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below or feel free to reach out to me directly.